How are you? Today we are going to look at an opening, a game, in fact, with a very rare opening. Actually, it was played by me against a very strong opponent. He was about 500 points above me, and I defeated him with a very rare opening. So I would like to share this game with you. He blundered twice or thrice, I think, in the middle game, which cost him the game. So I'd like to show you this game. So you must be wondering which opening I'm talking about, which is rare. So in fact it's not rare, it's really rare. It's in the A00 and code of the chess opening encyclopedia. It's known as the Anderson's opening A3. It was invented by Grandmaster Anderson, not a grandmaster. At those days, I don't think there was. I'm not sure. There was an early master, Anderson. He played this opening against his 3 matches against Paul Morphy. A3. This is a type of a waiting move, typical waiting move, but it sometimes can be helpful. I just tried to try it out for a change. So my opponent plays E4. I played knight f3, attacking this pawn here, and attacking this pawn. So he defended this pawn with knight c6. I played knight c3, knight c3. He played knight f6. Then we came to this position, wherein he had one of his central pawns, one of his pawns in the central sweet center, it's known as. But I had in a side, I had a pawn in the absolute side, which is not recommended by most grandmasters. I had a pawn in the square a3, very strange position for white. But look how I transposed it into a win. I played e3. He played c5. So bishop c5. That was his response. Sorry, not c5. Bishop c5. So I replied with bishop b5. If you played d, if he moved the z pawn, this knight would be pinned to the king, like this. So he castled king side first, and I captured. I like to exchange pieces in most occasions, and now as you can see, even this pawn here is hanging. So he recaptured with this d pawn, but now capturing this pawn will be a mistake, because he will soon recover it with a move like queen d4, attacking the knight, and he will get a good tempo going. I could have, and I may have, stayed on with an advantage of a pawn, but I feel very uncomfortable when one of my pieces have been attacked for a long time. Sorry, not in this square, but in this square. I would have brought his queen here. So I really feel uncomfortable, and I somehow thought taking this pawn will be a blunder. So first I castle king side. He played bishop d4, pinning this knight. I played e4. Now I had an idea behind this e4. You must be wondering why all of a sudden I would have played such a strange move. But I had a great idea behind this move e4. So he continued with bishop d4. Bishop d4. Also looking across this diagonal. So I replied d3. What my idea was that I would sacrifice a bishop here. So once I had taken this, I would have gone on with some really attacking chances and threats on a king. So I continued here with, he continued, sorry, it was his chance now. He played rook f8. So I continued with my plan here. Bishop h6, g takes h6. And now if you look at this position will look like black's winning. And afterwards I'll get this position checked with an engine. Don't worry in this video, of course. Okay, after I'll show you the whole game. And perhaps I'll see that black has an advantage. But I knew human error. And I think he made an error here in this middle game part. So I played queen d2. I'm this pawn and chased around this king. So he played bishop into c3. Now I had sacrificed the bishop here, and now I sacrifice the knight only to get counterplay. Queen takes. This is a wonderful. I think he should have played king g7 because this queen into h6 move gives wonderful checks against the king. So after he played bishop into b2, I sacrificed my rook. Just count the number of sacrifices. That's why I was jolly pleased with this game. I played knight g5 here. Knight g5. This move was threatening a lot of things. Now, this was the only defender for the king. Now, I got in two attackers. And I was soon threatening to bring one more after clearing this line. Bringing my rook across, but eventually that opportunity didn't come in this game. So after knight g5, he played bishop h5, protecting this weak square here. He could have obviously taken my rook, but the chess would have got too much for him to capitalize. So he played bishop h5, introducing a new defender. So I played rook a to b1. I'm this square after a bishop move. So he played bishop into a3. I played rook into b7. Now I think this was the blunder he made. This was the most important blunder he made here. So I think he thought he could sack one pawn to go ahead, and he played rook b8. Very bad move here. Rook a to b8. Very bad move. Because most players would have taken this a7 pawn, leaving it. But I had a different idea. I took the rook into b8, and after queen into b8, this knight lying to be captured, waiting to be captured. And this destroyed his only defender, and now it was 2-1 attacking. Two attackers, one defender. So after queen takes f6, he played king f8, trying to escape from here.